Today, on Be Something Wonderful, manifest any specific person, guaranteed to work every time. I am your host, Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. We have a big video for you today. One of you reached out to comment and talk about the video that we released on the Kearin channel yesterday. That was also about manifesting a specific person in a guaranteed way to do that. Well, we're going to expand on this, especially after hearing from one of you who said this. Tom, I was ready to move on. In other words, move on from trying to manifest her specific person. Then I saw your video on the Kearin channel. That video was, the title of that video was The Guaranteed Way to Manifest Anyone, No Exceptions. No exceptions, it's a guarantee. And she said that's the SP, or the specific person video, that ends all manifesting specific person videos. She really liked that. Through this conversation, I want to expand on that because there were some additional questions. Well, let's talk about this idea. Yeah, manifest any specific person. There are no limits whatsoever. The ancients told us that, right? Whatsoever you ask, whatsoever you pray for. In other words, whatsoever you desire, whatever you want, right? Whatever you imagine, whatever you affirm, whatever you assume, you shall receive, that it's yours, that it's done. This is what the ancients said over and over again. There are absolutely no limits whatsoever. And it's guaranteed to work every time. We need to understand that your I am awareness of being is an absolute conviction. Non-fulfillment is impossible. It's only fulfillment. Guaranteed, what does that mean? It means a promise, right? A promise with certainty. In other words, it's law. It's the law of being. It's the law of God. It's the law of I am. It's absolute certainty. It's God's promise to you with certainty, right? Remember in A Course in Miracles, it says this: what is the will of God? He wills his son being the I am awareness of being you, right? Has everything. And this he guaranteed when he created him as everything. He wills that his son have everything. He wills that you are all that is, that you have everything. And he guaranteed that you have everything that you want and desire by making you everything, by making you all that is. That's God's will. It's God's will, or the will of Source, or the will of the Creator, or the will that all that is. That's your higher will, right? That's why in Luke 22:42 it says, not my will, but yours be done. And what is God's will? That you have everything. How did he guarantee that? By making you everything. Wow. Making you all that is. That was the promise. It's guaranteed to work every time because the works are done through you and as you. The Father who dwells in me does the works. The Source, the Creator, all that is. I am one with the Creator. The Father and I are one. Right? The Father is greater than I am, but the Father and I are one, meaning the Father is greater than any conception or desire or urge that I can want to experience as a 3D physical experience, but I am one with the Father. There's no separation. I am Source. I am all that is. I was made in the Father's image, in the image of existence, in the image of all there is, the one divine mind, that one ultimate reality. That's powerful. So there are no limits, and it is guaranteed to work every time. We're going to show you this today like we never have before. Remember, faith, one of you asked this question yesterday. Faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. This is noted in James 2:17 in Scripture. But what were the ancients trying to tell us? We translate that into, I've got to do something. I've got to take action. It's not about doing or not doing. It has nothing to do with taking action or not taking action. That's not the works that the ancients are referring to. They're referring to the works of that awareness of being, that works of the Father, of Source, right? Not my will, but yours be done, right? That idea that the works, the Father who dwells within me does the works. So this idea, I'm going to show you, faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. We need to understand what faith is, right? And Paul tells us in Hebrews 11:1, the substance of things hoped for, the assurance of things hoped for, of things desired. It's the very substance of your desires. The evidence or convictions of the things not seen, of the physically manifested. That's the evidence. Faith is the evidence. Faith is the conviction of those things not seen, right? It is the substance. It's not about doing or not doing. It's that the works are done within you. That's what that means. I am awareness is the substance. It is the assurance. It is the evidence. It is the conviction. It's the only proof you'll ever need, right? Remember that TV show, The Chosen, in the healing at the Pool of Bethesda, where Jesus, as your I am awareness, the metaphysical, remember we're always talking about the greater metaphysical meaning of all of these teachings in Scripture. You only need me. You're the proof. Your I am awareness of being is the proof. It's the substance. It's the assurance. It's the conviction. They say it over and over again. That's faith. That's absolute faith. We're not talking about blind faith or conviction that can be shaken. That's blind faith, right? Oh yeah, I'm going to have faith until it's shaken, until the 3D circumstances show me something different that doesn't align with what I want and desire. That's blind faith, right? Or a conviction that can be shaken by changing conditions and circumstances. That's shaky faith. That's not natural, right? The faith of what Scripture's talking about, the faith of this conviction of your I am awareness, that substance, that evidence, is naturally followed by works. That's what that means. Blind faith is, it's dead, right? Because it's not going to be naturally followed by works. You're trying to do things and make things happen. It's unnatural. You're trying to take action and do or not do things to influence the out there, but there's no out there. So I want to show you this. The faith of Scripture, that's naturally followed by works. It's done. The Father who does the works within me, who dwells within me. This is powerful. And you say, I've been affirming and assuming I am that which I desire to be, but nothing is happening or changing out there. That's the blind faith, trying to make something happen. You have faith until it's shaken. You have faith until nothing's happening out there. And nothing happens out there. There's no out there. It's you. What you do or don't do is absolutely irrelevant. What actions you take or don't take is absolutely irrelevant. So what is faith? It's the absolute perfect faith of I am awareness, of already being that which I desire to be. That which is naturally followed by works. Right? When I am aware of already being that person that I desire to be, it's naturally followed by the works. It's done within me. The Father who dwells within me, that I am awareness of being, that power that I am. Remember, you're not just powerful, you're all power. By virtue of the law, your I am awareness, the law of God, the source of the Creator, it's naturally followed by works. By virtue of that law, by virtue of I am that person I desire to be. It completes itself in works. Do you see? It's you being aware of yourself of already being that person. The source, the Creator, the substance, the Father who dwells within me does the works. That's what we're talking about. They weren't referring about doing things and trying to make things happen in that linear, horizontal, physical sense that we have, right? From our limited mind, that's what we interpret that to be. Oh, works. You got to work hard. You got to make something happen. That's not what they're talking about. It's natural. It's by virtue of a law, the law of God, the law of you, the law of I am. It completes itself in its works. It's natural. That faith is naturally followed by works. That's what Scripture's talking about. Faith, naturally followed by works, is a deep inner knowing that that which you desire is already yours. Hear it again. The faith that Scripture's talking about, that's naturally followed by works, is a deep inner knowing that that which you desire is already yours. That's what you desire to be, you already are. That's what they're talking about. Any other faith is blind faith. It's not faith at all. It's trying to believe, but then having that belief be shaken, right? By looking out there. This is absolute faith. This is absolute sense that this is the faith of a mustard seed that Scripture talks about. It's not a little faith. It's absolute faith that you are that person that you desire to be no matter what. Like a mustard seed is a mustard seed and will grow into a mustard tree no matter what, or a mustard plant. It's absolute. It's sealed in that absolute faith of already being that which it desires to be, because that's what it declares. That's what the conviction. That's what it assumes. That's what it announces. So faith is beyond mere belief. I've talked about this many times. It is the substance and source of that which is believed. That's the faith as a mustard seed that Scripture's talking about. It's the substance and source itself of what is believed. Wow. Do you get this? It's not a small amount of faith, but the absolute faith of I am that which I desire to be. It's not about how, but about who. And the who is you. I am. So manifest any specific person by making yourself the absolutely one and only love of your life, as I described in the video on the Kearin channel. No one else is the love of your life. You're it. Make yourself the center of your world, because you are. It's your world. You create worlds with your attention, with your awareness. Be self-centered. That's the true meaning of being self-centered. With our limited, tiny, puny physical mind, we interpret that into being something negative. Being self-centered means I'm centered in all that is, that I'm not separate from anything or anyone. That we're all part of this one love, this one reality, this one divine mind. The center and source of all that is and all that you are. Not separate from anything or anyone. That means my desires are done in the desiring of them. Or I couldn't even desire them. My desires are mine in my imagining and affirming and assuming of them. Or I couldn't even assume or affirm or imagine them. They must be done. It's the absolute faith and unconditional love of I am. That's why it's guaranteed. That's why it works every time. It's law. It's the will of God. In other words, the will of Source. In other words, your will as God's Son, as all that is. It's guaranteed. It's done. It's yours. God guaranteed that you have everything that you want and desire. And every desire and wish is fulfilled. By making you everything. By making you fulfillment itself. All that is, I am awareness. Stop trying to thwart the will of God by doubting, by trying, by struggling to make something happen. By making others the love of your life. You're the love of your life, right? You are the happening. You are reality. I want you to really hear this today. No earthly power can thwart your awareness of already being and having all that you want and desire to be and have, and that includes any specific person. Because it's self-love, it's self-recognition. It's created and manifested out from within you, from the substance that you are. It's not about moving on, it's about moving inward, right, to that knowing. Remember, nothing takes time and work. It takes awareness of already being that which you desire to be. That's what that meant. Faith without works is dead. What we're talking about. It doesn't take time and effort and struggle. It takes the awareness of already being that person that you desire to be. So, remember the idea, I think one of you pointed this out on one of the videos, an older video, where I think I said something like this. So thank you for pointing that out. Becoming and unfolding, because many of you ask, well, then why am I becoming? Why are things unfolding if nothing takes time and creation's finished? But remember, creation's finished means you're all that is. You're all the potential that is. You're all infinite realities and versions and identities of you. One superimposed over the other. You're all of it. Taking on a certain vantage point or viewpoint or perspective in a physically focused experience. You're knowing yourself as that multidimensional being, as all that is. That's what we're talking about here. So becoming and unfolding is the linear, physical 3D expression of what is already so, of what is already yours, of what is already reality, of who you already are. That's what we mean by becoming and unfolding. It's just a linear physical expression of it, experience of it, knowing yourself as that fulfilled being. That's all that is. It doesn't mean it comes in time. It means it comes in your awareness. It unfolds from within you. You're in a constant eternal state of becoming. Because infinity, you're infinity. Right? You're that eternal and infinite being. Infinity has no limits. It has no beginning. It has no end. Right? It's creation's finished, but it's also evolving at the same time. That's the great paradox. It's expanding and it's finished at the same time because there are no limits whatsoever. Wow. So you're not manifesting or creating your wish fulfilled. You're expressing and experiencing yourself as the creator and absolute fulfillment itself. Do you see that whether you're manifesting a specific person or anything else? You're not manifesting them or creating your wish fulfilled. You're expressing and experiencing yourself as the creator and absolute fulfillment. It's self-love and self-concept is I am. That's the ultimate self-concept is I am. The ultimate self-love is I am. Now you can have anything. Now you're going to have more specific persons falling all over you than you could ever imagine. The likes of which you've never seen before. They're going to be coming out of the woodwork. I am is the greatest love story ever told. I said this on the video on the Tom Kearin channel. Right? Make it about you. And you. Right? Make it about you, the physically focused, conscious personality. Right? And you, being aware of yourself as that creator, as the creator focused within the physical experience. Do you see this? It's always between you and you. That's the only relationship that matters because all other relationships will form out of that relationship between you and you. All other relationships are reflected or reflections or projections or experiences from that relationship between you, the physically focused conscious personality, and you, being aware of yourself as I am awareness, as the creator, as all that is, as God, focused within the physical experience. When you do that, you'll have more specific persons than the likes of which you've never seen before and everything else. That's what we're talking about. It's you and you. You, the physically focused conscious personality, and you, that greater you, that you being aware of yourself, you as the creator being aware of yourself in this physically focused experience. Wow. We said that yesterday, but I really wanted to say it in a different way today. It guarantees it. It works every time because you are the work. The works are done within you. The Father who dwells within you. You are the creator. You're all of it. This is powerful. Manifest any specific person. It's promised, right? It's the will of God that you have everything and are everything. It's guaranteed to work every time. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, be sure to watch the Tom Kearin channel. We also have another big video going to be released on that one this morning, and more content coming. We also have a live event later this month that was announced on the community boards. We'll remind you again, that's at the end of April. Be sure to join us. That's on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel on April 27th, noontime Pacific time here in Las Vegas. I'm going to come to you live and answer your questions as you ask them. Until next time, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. We'll see you soon.